The biggest harsh truth about filing a workers' compensation claim by yourself is that there's a much higher chance that you could lose your claim. The insurance company has ways of getting you to abandon your case. Here is the truth about filing workers' compensation by yourself. Even though hiring a workers' comp lawyer costs you nothing up front and will often get you more money than you could otherwise get on your own, injured workers still try to handle their claims on their own. So what are the dangers you face if you try to do it by yourself? And what are the harsh truths about filing a workers' compensation claim without a lawyer that most people are unaware of? We're going to answer both of those questions right now. My name is Rex Sokovsky, and I became a New York workers' compensation lawyer 17 years ago after getting injured on the job. If you're looking for a lawyer to help you with your claim for New York State workers' compensation benefits, please give me a call today at 212-406-8989 to schedule a free consultation. We're also able to assist with personal injury matters, Social Security disability, labor and employment, and immigration issues. One of the first hard truths about filing your workers' compensation claim by yourself is that you probably don't fully understand the process. Filing a workers' comp claim isn't rocket science, but no amount of YouTube videos are going to adequately prepare you to prosecute your case if the insurance company wants to deny some or all of it. Unfortunately, you don't understand the system. You don't know what elements you need to prove, you don't know how to question your employer or doctors in court, and you certainly won't know what information will actually make a difference to the judge's ruling. Despite this fact, injured workers go into court all the time and rant to the judge about what a terrible boss they have and how poorly they're being treated and what a great worker they've always been. And in the end, the judge still rules against them. Because despite everything they said, they ultimately failed to lay out the elements of a case according to the law. The second hard truth is that most injured workers don't know their rights when filing a workers' comp claim, and as a result they miss out on a lot of money. Sometimes that money is small, like not realizing that you can get reimbursed for travel expenses when attending a doctor's appointment. Other times that amount can be huge, like when an undocumented worker or somebody being paid under the table fails to file a claim because they mistakenly believe that they don't qualify for workers' compensation benefits. Very recently I had a person come to me who was employed by a New York State company but was working out of state when she suffered a slip and fall. She didn't think she qualified for benefits because her injury happened out of state, so she wasn't going to file. But I encouraged her to do so, and she eventually got an offer from the insurance company to settle her case for $47,000. She was so excited and said, "Wow, I didn't think I was going to get any money. $47,000 is amazing." And I said, based upon the injuries that you sustained and the amount of money that you make, I would never be satisfied with $47,000. She agreed to let me negotiate against the insurance company, and we ended up getting her around $120,000, which is a lot of money to miss out on just because you're not familiar with your rights. Let's suppose you're in the same situation, but you've done your research and you have a good idea of what you're entitled to. When you go to negotiate with the insurance company and they see that you don't have a lawyer, do you think they're going to agree to give you $120,000? They know that injured workers typically don't understand what's going on, so not only will their first offer be terrible, but their second offer will likely be low too. They'll assume that you don't know the ins and outs of the law and you don't know where the money's hidden or what legal arguments you can make to justify receiving more money. So they're likely going to give you lowball offers until you eventually give up and accept one. The biggest harsh truth about filing a workers' compensation claim by yourself is that there's a much higher chance that you could lose your claim. The insurance company has ways of getting you to abandon your case. For instance, after many hearings, the Workers' Compensation Board will send you a notice which marks the status of your case as no further action. And the uninformed person will say, "Wow, no further action. I guess my case is done." When in reality, no further action just means that you don't need to respond to the notice. Your case is still open and could potentially be worth a lot more money if you know how to move forward. But because people don't know the process, they aren't familiar with their rights, and they don't have the experience negotiating a workers' compensation claim, they get scared away and leave a lot of money on the table. The good news is there's a simple solution to all of these harsh truths, and it doesn't cost you anything up front. Under the law, you cannot be charged for a consultation for a workers' compensation claim. And according to New York State law that went into effect this January of 2023, you can get a workers' compensation lawyer free of charge and only pay them 15% of whatever they win for you. So for instance, if you're entitled to $10,000 and the insurance company has only paid you $5,000, and the lawyer fights to get you the other $5,000, he is only entitled to 15% of that additional $5,000. That means you can get a lawyer on your side right now without having to worry about paying them up front. And as we just discussed, a good lawyer can often get you significantly more money than you would otherwise get on your own. So if you or a loved one have been injured on the job here in New York State and you'd like to set up a free consultation, please give me a call at 212-406-8989 today, and together we can get the treatment that you need and the benefits you deserve. And if this is your first time on my channel, please be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for the most up-to-date videos on filing for New York State workers' compensation benefits. We are your one-stop shop for everything you need to know when it comes to successfully filing for and maximizing your claim for benefits. So click here to watch this video next, and I'll see you there.